What is going on, YouTube? Welcome back. This is Mike with Trading to Freedom, and I'm finally back to give you a weekly analysis. I've been working on a trading video series, which I promise I will have out fairly soon. But for now, I'm going to at least try to keep putting out these weekly analysis videos because I've had a lot of positive feedback on them, and I want to help you guys out. So without any further ado, let's jump right into it. So for this video, I'm going to try to keep it shorter, so I'm just going to be covering crypto. I'm not going to be covering stocks or the DXY or any of the macro stuff. I just want to give you a quick rundown of what I'm seeing in the charts. I've been pretty much on fire lately, and I feel kind of bad for not posting any videos recently, but I'm going to try to change that, starting with this video. So starting off, needless to say, we saw a really nice end of the week after Jerome Powell's last speech. Bitcoin and all the major alts have rallied significantly since then. We've also seen crazy run-ups in Matic and in Solana, and of course Dogecoin, which has caused many people to start asking the question, does this rally have more legs, or is it just going to be another fake out? And to answer that question, one, from a macro analysis standpoint, I'm still very much bearish. However, my personal opinions and subjective analysis does not affect my trading strategies. And over the last several days, my trading strategies have been popping off like crazy. And with enough experience, you learn to trust your trading strategies regardless of how you feel personally. And you also learn to incorporate them into your own subjective analysis. So looking at Bitcoin on the daily, it's pierced into and closed inside the daily cloud finally after being rejected time and time again. And with this close, it's actually piercing through the thinnest part in the cloud. One of the awesome things about the cloud is that it can give you hints about what's coming in the future. It's one of the only indicators that is a leading indicator. So with this close, I think there's a pretty good chance, personally, that Bitcoin is going to end up coming out of the cloud on the other side and closing above. And if it can find support there, the very next area to watch will be these 200 moving averages on the daily, which I suspect will put up a bit of a fight. But if Bitcoin can get above these moving averages and start closing dailies up here, there's a very good chance it's going to put in a higher high on the macro scale, taking out its previous high around 25K. Now that's a lot of ifs and buts, so we'll just have to wait and see. But the way things are looking right now and the signals that my trading strategies are giving me, I think it has a decent chance of doing it now compared to any time since this bear market began. Now, Bitcoin is actually being quite the laggard because if you look at the other layer ones, such as ETH is already testing its 200 moving average, is seeing some resistance right now, which is to be expected. But it also broke out of this major downtrend line and has broken above the cloud, back tested both, and confirmed them as support with a huge bounce. If ETH can take out these moving averages, there's a very high possibility we'll see much higher prices on ETH, if that happens. Now, don't get me wrong, the 200 daily moving averages are a huge milestone. So I do think there's a good chance that we see a bigger pullback here. But that leads me straight into my next point. If you take a look at other major alts such as Atom, BNB, Matic, XRP, and so on, you see a lot of these have already broken above their 200 daily moving averages. If you take a look at Matic, for example, this is a clean break and is actually quite a bit overextended right here. But the fact remains, if you're above the 200 daily moving averages and you're above the Ichimoku cloud and you're above all your trending indicators, as a trader with a trending trading strategy, you should be looking for longs at this point. So just to reiterate once again, yes, the macro factors are still very bearish, but I have to listen to my trading strategies. Taking a quick look at Binance Coin, for example, it is clearly above the moving averages on every time frame, is above the cloud, and has actually just broken out of this large ascending triangle. But if you're not in a position right now, I would not just buy blindly. Yes, these could keep heading up in the short term, but I think a pullback is a lot more likely here, especially if Monday opens bearish for the equities. So what I would be doing is looking at some of the lower time frames, such as the 6 hour or 4 hour, and seeing if you can get an entry on any of the moving averages on those time frames. Wait for a pullback before buying in. Personally, I prefer using the Ichimoku, but you can use exponential moving averages such as the 21 or 50 EMAs. Wait for a pullback and then enter. You don't want to be buying up here. You want to try to enter the trend at a discount and play a trend continuation. You can also use things like Fibonacci retracement. So if we just look at Doge, for example, say you want to enter Doge and you're not in right now and you're scared to enter up here, which you should be. You can take your Fib retracement, go from the swing low up to the swing high, and wait for a pullback anywhere from the 0.5 to the 0.618 Fib is a good entry zone. And honestly, to me, it looks at this point, since it's been consolidating here for so long, I think it's pretty likely that it's going to come back to this zone. And you enter along somewhere here and then try to play the trend continuation. Of course, there's a chance that it doesn't come back down and you miss out. But as a trader, you need to make plays that are in your favor with the risk-reward ratio. And buying up here, the risk-reward just is not there. Now, I hope all that makes sense. Again, we are in a macro bear market still. That has not changed. So there is a possibility that this trend just dies and we end up dumping with equities when they open up on Monday next week. But as a trader, I need to listen to my trading strategies and put my bias aside. Of course, I am using proper risk management, so if everything turns around and dumps on me, it's not that big of a deal. And if you want to long and short these cryptos with me, I would highly recommend using my preferred exchange, BITGET. There's a link in the video description. By using my link, you can get up to a $4,000 deposit bonus and 0 trading fees. And since my last videos, they've actually been pressured by the US and changed their terms of service. So now, as with all the major derivative exchanges, it's recommended to use a VPN. I hope this video was helpful. Be on the lookout for my trading strategy videos coming out in the near future. Hit me up on Twitter @TTF Trading. And until next time, trade safely.